Imagine this, the ground beneath your feet, that solid earth we've always taken for granted, is slowly ripping apart. Massive slabs of rock, each the size of continents, grinding against each other in a slow-motion dance that's reshaping our planet. And right now, scientists are buzzing with data suggesting these tectonic plates aren't just shifting, they're priming the pump for something cataclysmic. New supervolcanoes could emerge by 2030, unleashing forces that dwarf anything we've seen in human history. Welcome to the edge of disaster where geology meets apocalypse. Buckle up because today we're diving deep into why your world might literally blow up. Let's start with the basics, because if you're like me, plate tectonics sounds like a dusty textbook chapter until it threatens your morning coffee. Earth isn't a static ball, it's a cracked eggshell floating on a sea of molten rock. These cracks are the tectonic plates, 7 major ones and a bunch of smaller players, that make up the lithosphere, our planet's rigid outer layer. They float on the asthenosphere, a gooey, semi-molten mantle that's hot enough to soften steel. Over millions of years these plates drift at about the speed your fingernails grow, roughly 2 centimeters a year. But don't let the slowness fool you. When they collide, slide past, or pull apart, the results are earthquakes, mountain ranges, and yes, volcanoes. Volcanoes form mostly at plate boundaries. Divergent zones like the mid-Atlantic ridge where plates spread apart, let magma bubble up like dough rising in an oven. Convergent boundaries, think the Pacific Ring of Fire, smash plates together, one diving under the other in a process called subduction. That sinking slab melts, and the buoyant magma rises, punching through the crust. Transform boundaries like California's San Andreas Fault, grind sideways, sparking quakes but fewer eruptions. But supervolcanoes? They're the heavyweights. These beasts erupt with a volcanic explosivity index of 8 or higher, blasting out over 1,000 cubic kilometers of ash and lava, enough to bury Manhattan under a kilometer of rock. Yellowstone, Toba in Indonesia, Taupo in New Zealand, they're the usual suspects. They're calderas, vast scars from ancient megablasts that cooled the planet and reshaped civilizations. Now, fast forward to today. Our plates aren't just drifting, they're accelerating in spots thanks to what's called slab pull and ridge push, gravity yanking sinking plates down and new crust buoying up from mid-ocean ridges. Recent studies show the Pacific Plate, the fastest mover at up to 10 centimeters a year, is warping under stress. In May 2025, researchers announced a jaw-dropping find. The Melanesian Border Plateau, a submerged giant east of the Solomon Islands, spanning 222,000 square kilometers, bigger than the British Isles. Formed over 120 million years through hotspot plumes and tectonic rifting, it's not your classic supervolcano, but a large igneous province built from effusive lava flows rather than explosive fury. Yet here's the kicker. Ongoing subduction at the nearby Tongan Trench is still squeezing magma upward. Parts of it are geologically recent, with activity as young as 3 million years. Could this ancient behemoth reactivate? Scientists say it's evolving, a reminder that the ocean floor hides secrets that could surface any time. Closer to home, Yellowstone is stealing the show. This Wyoming wonder, parked smack in the middle of the North American plate, isn't at a boundary, it's a hotspot. A stationary plume of superheated mantle rock punches through the crust like a blowtorch, fueling eruptions every 600,000 to 800,000 years. The last big one? 631,000 years ago, spewing enough ash to darken skies from California to Louisiana. But new data screams change. A January 2025 study in Nature revealed Yellowstone's magma chamber has shifted northeast, dragged by the plate's southwestward creep over the hotspot. Geophysicist Ninfa Bennington, lead author, calls it a natural repositioning. No eruption imminent, but it means volcanic plumbing is rerouting. Add July 2025's bombshell. Machine learning sifted 15 years of quake data and uncovered 10 times more tremors, 86,000 in total from 2008 to 2022. Over half came in swarms, clusters of quivers linked to fluid bursts and rough faults. These aren't random, they're magma's whisper, hydrothermal waters surging underground. Off Oregon's coast, Axial Seamount, an underwater volcano on the Juan de Fuca Plate, is swelling like a balloon, with quakes spiking in May 2025. Eruption odds? Sometime this year, per NBC reports. It's not superscale, but it hints at a chain reaction. Plates shift, stress builds, and hotspots flare. Remember the 2017 bombshell from Oregon State? By analyzing mineral bands in ancient lavas, researchers found magma chambers can fill in decades, not centuries. A sudden heat spike precedes the boom. Yellowstone could go from quiet to cataclysm in the 2030s if the plume ramps up. Combine that with today's swarm data, and the timeline compresses. Valles Caldera in New Mexico, another U.S. supervet, pulses faintly, dormant, but LANL scientists in May 2025 confirmed it's not extinct. Globally, Taupo's overdue for a rumble per Reddit volcanologists, and Iceland's rifts are widening faster than predicted. So by 2030, it's not sci-fi, it's stats. The odds of a VEI-8 blast are slim, 1 in 730,000 yearly per USGS, but shifting plates up the ante. If Yellowstone stirs, we're talking a nasty surprise. Decades to prep, then kaboom. Ash clouds blot the sun, triggering volcanic winter, crops fail, temperatures plunge 5-10 degrees Celsius worldwide. The 1815 Tambora eruption cooled Earth by 0.4 degrees and starved millions. Scale that up 1,000-fold. North America gets buried under feet of fallout, aviation grounds globally, and acid rain poisons soils. But emerging ones? Picture a new hotspot birthing off Hawaii or the Pacific, subduction spawning a fresh caldera in the Andes. The Melanesian Plateau shows how tectonics recycles old wounds into new threats. Don't panic yet, we're better armed than ever. Satellites like INSAR map millimeter crust shifts. AI crunches quake feeds in real time. Yellowstone's got 30 monitoring stations feeding models that predict surges weeks out. Global networks track CO2 plumes and ground deformation. XAI's Grok could even simulate scenarios, but humans lead the charge. Preparation means resilient ag, ash-proof engines, and international packs. History's lesson? Toba's 74,000 year ago blast bottlenecked humanity to 10,000 souls. We survived, we'll thrive. The plates keep shifting, volcanoes simmer, and 2030 looms like a shadow. Is it hype or harbinger? Science says watch the signs, swarms, swells, shifts. Earth's alive, restless, reminding us we're specks on a fiery orb. Hit like if this chilled you, subscribe for more planet pulping facts. Comment, ready for the big one? Thanks for watching, stay grounded folks, or don't. The ground might not be.